Is a couple of drinks before driving really worth more than a person's life? There are many valid reasons that support why you shouldn't drink and drive. First, I will talk about the effects of drinking and its impact on the ability to drive. Second, I will explain the consequences from drinking and driving. Lastly, I will tell you about some stories showing you why you shouldn't drink and drive. Not only is it a hazard to your own life, but also the lives of others around you. Is it really worth driving while intoxicated and risk killing yourself or someone else? According to Drug Info on Australian Drug Foundation 2015, an article, How Does Alcohol Affect Driving? On May 2, 2015, that alcohol is a depressed drug. It slows down the activity of the central nervous system, including the brain. Alcohol could affect your driving by causing impaired vision, reduced reaction time, reduced concentration, and feeling more relaxed and drowsy. Difficulty in understanding sensor information, difficulty doing several tasks at once, failure to obey road rules, and overconfidence. The hangover effects of alcohol the next day can make it hard to concentrate and drive safely and might cause you to fall asleep while driving. A person who has been drinking alcohol may think that they are especially careful. They will be able to drive safely. However, the alcohol may have affected their view and experience of reality. Their actions respond may be quite different to what is actually needed, but they may be unaware of how much their driving skills have been affected. If you intend to drive, the safest option is not to drink. If you do decide to drink, keep track of how many drinks you've had by monitoring the number of standard drinks you consume each hour. Some people may say that may need to drink less to keep their blood alcohol concentration under 0.05 and drive safely. To limit your driving, start with a non-alcoholic drink every second or third drink. Avoid topping your glass as it makes it difficult to keep an accurate track of how much you've had. Drink low alcohol drinks and avoid mixed drinks like cocktails, as it is difficult to tell how much alcohol they contain. Avoid drinking in shots and rounds so you don't feel pressure to keep up with your friends and sip drinks. And avoid salty snacks or other foods that increase thirst. Wait for your BAC to drop before driving. It is important to remember that BAC can continue to rise for up to 3 hours after the last drink was consumed. The only way to remove alcohol from your system is to allow the body time to process it. Showers, coffee, or fresh air will not reduce BAC. On average, the liver breaks down a little less than one standard drink per hour. Before driving, you should wait at least an hour for each standard drink you've had. Always have a backup plan. If you have too much to drink, be prepared to make others arrangements so you don't have to drive to get home. Found on Scientist Links on American Association for the Advancement of Science 2010 in the article Drunk Driving on May 2, 2015, the drivers use their hands, eyes, and feet to control the car, but their hands, eyes, and feet must be controlled by their brains. Safe drinking requires alertness and the ability to make quick decisions in rapid changing situations. Drinking alcohol may be a profound effect on driving skills. For example, drinking can have a negative effect on any of these skills. Reaction time. Alcohol can slow reflexes, which can decrease the ability to react swiftly to changing situations. Vision. It can slow your eye muscle functions, alter eye movement, and alter vision precipitation, possibly resulting in blurred vision. Night vision and color precipitation also can be impaired. Tracking, concentration, comprehension, coordination, reduced eye, hand, and foot coordination can cause by drinking too much alcohol. It is estimated that more than 10,000 young people in the United States are killed and 40,000 are injured in auto accidents when alcohol is involved. The National Highway Traffic Safety Administration estimates more than 26,000 lives have been saved since the drinking age was increased to 21. As seen on Criminal Lawyers from the Internet Brands 2015 in the article Legal Consequences of Drinking and Driving on May 2, 2015, that for many years a DUI/DWI was handled much like any routine traffic violation. Attitudes have changed, however, and so have the laws in most states. Drinking under the influence or while intoxicated is now usually treated as a serious criminal offense. In most states, you can be convicted if your blood alcohol content is 0.08% or greater. If you fail a field sobriety test, the alcohol content limit is even lower for commercial drivers and drivers under the age 21. The term DUI and DWI both refer to the act of operating a motor vehicle while impaired by alcohol or other substances. DUI means driving under the influence. DWI is an acronym for driving while intoxicated. In many states, the two terms are used interchangeably. In certain states, however, the terms are given different weight in these states. DWI is a more serious offense in which the driver was intoxicated, while DUI is regarded as a lesser offense. A higher blood alcohol level may result in the driver being charged with DWI instead of DUI. A first-time DUI/DWI conviction typically results in serious penalties. Depending on the state, you may be subject to some of or all of the following penalties for the first offense: temporarily impound of your vehicle, a fine up to several $1,000s, installation of an ignition lock that prevents your car from starting when you have been drinking, prohibition, possible jail time, revocation of your driver's license, community service, completion of a substance abuse class of your own expense. These penalties increase if you are involved in an accident or you have repeated the offense. You will also be saddled with a criminal record that may haunt you for years or even decades. If you have multiple prior convictions, you can be prosecuted in any state for felony DUI/DWI, even if no accident occurs. In Florida, you will be prosecuted for the felony DUI on the third offense within 10 years, and you can be charged with a felony for even a first offense if you caused an accident. Particularly if someone was injured, if the accident results in death, you can be charged with manslaughter or homicide, both of which can lead to imprisonment for years or even decades. DUI/DWI lawyers use a variety of defense strategies that may lead to a non-guilty verdict or reduce the penalties you are facing. Your lawyer may challenge the reason for the original traffic stop, the result of a field sobriety test, or the results of a breathalyzer test. In some states, you can file a request that the court asking to have the criminal record expunged, which generally means that it will be erased from public records. Some states expunge DUI arrests and charge with non-convictions, while other states expunge first-time DUI convictions. States often place strict conditions on expungements. For example, if you have had no previous criminal convictions, your request for expungement can be granted. In most states, the police and courts will still have access to your criminal records even after an expungement. The law surrounding DUI/DWI arrests and convictions is complicated, plus the facts of each case are unique. This article provides a brief general introduction to the topic. For more detailed specific information, please contact criminal lawyer. Two stories I found remarkable on faces of drunk driving on TxDOT in the articles Chili and Aaron on May 2nd, 2015 are very heart-touching and hopefully show people why it isn't safe to drink and drive. On a hot Sunday afternoon in July, 7-year-old it's Chili Vasquez, friends and family call her Chili, was on her way home from a mall after getting her hair cut and having manicures. She wanted to look pretty for her birthday, just 3 days away. A drunk driver in a stolen pickup speeding the wrong way down a busy Fort Worth street slammed head-on into her family's car. Jeremy Solis landed in jail for 10 years, and Chili landed in a wheelchair. When Arabelle Vasquez, Chili's mother, arrived at the hospital, she wasn't sure that her fourth child would even survive the terrible crash. Her little girl's injuries were massive, but Arabelle says Chili is her miracle child. And after 105 days in the hospital, Chili went home to her and her family's new life. Now her parents, brothers, sisters help take care of her. It's not every day that a child confronts an offender in the classroom, but Chili is no ordinary child, and her touching 4-page letter to drunk driver who left her paralyzed reflects her strengthened compensation. She worries whether the man who caused her life-altering crash misses his family. She wonders if he remembers the crash and if he's sorry. Chili says it's time and again, don't drink and drive. She says if you do drink, don't drive a car or truck. Chili says it time and again, don't drink. She reminds all who listens that they don't want to hurt anyone and they don't want to go to jail. Arabelle initially had to quit her job to be able to do the extra things it takes to care for a disabled child. She says it's not easy to look after Chili and her 4 brothers and sisters. Some days, Chili is sad and depressed. Some days there aren't enough hours in the day to get everything done. There is no end to the medical bills, which exceeded $1.6 million during the first month Chili was in the hospital. Still, Arabelle is proud of all that Chili has accomplished, and since the crash, she laughs and plays like other children. She does well in school. She wants to be a doctor when she grows up so she can help others the way doctors have helped her. Like Chili, Arabelle also dreams that one day her daughter will be able to walk again. The second story has just an equally important lesson to be learned from it. 2 days after Aaron Pennywell was killed by a drunk driver, his 16-year-old brother Jack organized a roadside memorial where close to 400 people showed up to pay their respects. Aaron's best friends still drop by to visit his parents and remember the good times. Kay and Dennis Pennywell take their son's mangled Mustang to high school to show what a fatal crash looks like, and they urge students to be safe and responsible. In 2011, Aaron was one of 1,130 people killed in Texas in a drunk driving crash. The last thing Aaron said to his mother after he left work to grab a bite to eat and to see his girlfriend was, "I love you." His dad says his son was crazy about baseball. He smiles when he recalls how they played catch in the streets when Aaron was just learning the game. Jack remembers joyriding in his brother's pride and joy in 2009 in his 2009 Black Mustang. Memories are what families hold on to when someone they love is suddenly taken away. They now honor Aaron in various ways. There is a choir scholarship in which name where he went to school. There are presentations to high school and college students, but there is a hope that nothing can fill. It is special space that will always keep for their son and brother they know isn't coming back. They have no shortage of ways to describe their friends. Aaron, great to be around, never dull, he always smiling, His friends remember Aaron doing funny impressions and voices. He was a prankster. He loves his little brother. He loved his car. Now, no one saw it coming. One day they were joking with a guy they'd known since they were kids. The next day he was gone. So Aaron's buddies speak out against drinking and driving whenever they have a chance. They talk about the speeding drunk driver who slammed into their friend and took his life at 1:36 a.m. on a warm summer night. They tell others to make smart choices. It is what Aaron would have wanted, they said. He'd want to help in any way he could. After seeing the effects alcohol has on your ability to drive, the consequences that can come from drinking and driving, and hearing real-life stories of how drunk driving accidents impact the lives of people around them, it is very clear that, that driving while intoxicated is full of unnecessary risks. No matter how big of a hurry you are to get home, or what the circumstances are, you should never risk your or anyone else's lives by drinking and driving.